What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of No More Bad Takes. I'm Yazzie.
And I'm Moe.
And we're talking playoff basketball today. We're going to be talking about predictions, East, West. We'll get started with the East.
Let's do it. Now, the East. Keep in mind, we are filming this video before the final playing games have been played, so we're not entirely sure who's going to be number 8. If you watched our previous video, I thought the Bulls were going to come out because of Jimmy's injury. We'll look at both options anyway, So,
sure.
You thought the Heat were still going to come out, so I'll let you talk about what you think happens in that series.
Well, I'll give you predictions for both scenarios, but for let's just start with the Heat. I think Celtics have too much firepower, too much offense. Defensively, again, very sound, very good. So I think if Jimmy's back and the Heat, coming as a unit, I'll give them one game. So Celtics in 5.
So after all of that talking, you're saying they're going to get brushed off in 5?
Gentlemen sweep, man. All I'm saying, man, is Celtics, they're a very, very, very good team this year. As we've seen, they've won 64 games, 18 losses, which is a very, excellent record. And you got the Jason Tatum, you got Jaylen Brown. Even though everyone makes fun of him for not being able to dribble left, let's hope this year he comes out and proves all the haters wrong. Because I actually like Jaylen Brown. I think he's a G, great defensively, and also great offensive player. So and then you got Jason Tatum, you got Derek White, you got Drew Holiday, you got Kristaps Porzingis. Man, they've got a great player in every position. So I really don't think that either or of the Bulls or the Heat is going to come in and be like, we're going to give you a lot of trouble. So I'll say against the Bulls in 4, against the Heat in 5. Because of Heat culture, I'll give them that one game.
Well, very, very, very interesting. But the truth is, neither one of those teams is a match for the Celtics. I acknowledge that.
Yeah.
The Celtics have been the best regular season team all year long. They have looked really, really solid. But man, I got questions about the Celtics, and I don't know if the Celtics are ready to answer them, because year after year after year, they never win it. They never win it. They've gotten close, but they never win it. And I don't think that's changing anytime soon, man. Look, the Celtics, they're not going to impress me. They'll probably finish the Bulls in 6, which is kind of scary as it is, but...
You think the Celtics finish the Bulls in 6 and the Bulls give the Celtics that much trouble?
100%, man. The Celtics are fumblers, bro. I don't trust them in the playoffs. Like I said, year after year. I think if...
Wait. I'm pretty sure they've gone to multiple...
How many championships do they have?
Wait. They were a young team. You got to give them time. They're not old. They've done well in the playoffs year in, year out. I don't know, man. You know what? We'll keep going because that's an interesting thing that you say. But what about? Did you give your take on both?
So the Heat, same thing, man. Look, if Jimmy was healthy, I think they'd give him a run for their money. They really would. The Heat and the Celtics have had some great battles in the last few years in the playoffs, and I'm pretty sure, if I'm not mistaken, the Heat beat them last year. Oh no, did they beat?
I think it was Milwaukee.
Yeah, they beat Milwaukee.
Yeah. They beat Milwaukee last year.
Anyway, look, I'll get deeper into what I think about the Celtics and what their issues are. But first, I think they've got to come up against the quality side. I don't think the Heat, with their health at the moment, are that quality side, and the Bulls are one of the most dysfunctional franchises we've seen in recent history. So I don't think either of them will give them trouble to expose them. So we'll move on from that. And we have one of the more interesting, tougher matchups to predict. We've got the 2-7 matchup with the Knicks and the 76ers. First of all, shout out to the Knicks, man. They have all ththese injuries. Trade for OG Anunoby, barely get any production out of him. Man, OG, you owe me as well, man. You killed my fantasy team, brother.
Man, I'm pretty sure Mo picks OG every year in fantasy.
I do. You know why I picked him? Because he's reliable and he plays a lot of games.
Well, did he play a lot of games this year?
No, he didn't. But anyway, I digress. They also lost Julius Randle. So shout out to the Knicks, finishing strong. The Bucks helped you out a lot, but we'll get to them. So yeah, look, it's going to be a tough matchup. You've got the 76ers, who are probably better than a 7th seed, but
for sure, I agree.
Lost the front runner for MVP again. He was going to go back-to-back. It was Joel Embiid.
Man, we'll get into this later, but I don't think Joel Embiid deserved the MVP last year, nor would he have deserved it this year. If you want to talk about playoff success, if you want to bring up playoff success towards the Celtics, who have been to the finals, who have been to the Western Conference Finals, then what's the 76ers done?
You're 100% right. Joel Embiid, I witnessed it with my own eyes last year, man. You shrunk in the playoffs. You're starting to develop a reputation for it, man. So I know you're just coming back from injury, but goodness, brother, I hope you are healthy, because eyes are going to be on you, man. The Knicks are injured too. They're missing some of their better players, so it's time for you to go to work, man. I'm really thinking that the 76ers will get it done. Joel Embiid is going to prove to you why he was the MVP last year.
In how many games? Make your call.
I'm going the 76ers in 6.
76ers and 6. That's crazy for you to put your trust in Joel Embiid after he's flunked out of so many playoffs.
Man, I just believe that this is the year he'll finally break through.
Well, it better be, man, I'll tell you what, man, it better be the year that they break through and make it all the way to the finals, because this is a legacy year for him, man. Like, if he doesn't come out and do something special, Joel Embiid is going to lose so much respect from so many fans. He'll always be known as that player that, he was good, but never made it past the first, second round. Nobody cares about your career. You will be forgotten. So this is going to be one of those years for him where he's got to come out and really show everyone that I do perform in the regular season, but I perform in the playoffs too. I don't think he does. I'm going to say Knicks in 4.
Knicks in 4, you're absolutely out of your mind. There's no one on the Knicks that will be able to stop Embiid. Easy series. He's going to absolutely dominate. I think the Sixers will win this in 6.
You're crazy.
Thank you.
All right. Bucks and Pacers.
It's a very interesting series
Bro,
again.
Listen, I actually really like this series because I'm a big fan of Dame. You know this. And I'm actually a really big fan of Tyrese. But I really think the Pacers are going to knock the Bucks out of the playoffs, man. I really think they're going to do it in 6 or 7. But just to be safe, I'll say Pacers in 7.
Well, man, I don't know if y'all remember, but the Pacers, they have dominated the Bucks all year long.
Yeah.
They were also the team that eliminated the Bucks in the in-season tournament this year.
I remember that.
So the Pacers, man, they've been a very, I'm not even going to call them streaky, but just an offensive weapon, juggernaut this season.
Man, I tell you what, they look like they're having fun with their play. They're just having a good time, passing the ball. Everyone's getting buckets. They play defense. And what I've noticed about the Pacers, just on social media and stuff like that, is they seem to be very well, like they've come together as a group, teammates, friends. They hang out together, they have lunch together, they have dinner together, stuff like that. And it shows in their team chemistry. So I really think they come out there, man. They slap the Bucks around, and they kick them out in 7.
I think that's a very wrong take. The Pacers are just not ready, man. I think Giannis is clearly the best player in this series.
For sure.
You'll see a theme to my picks. I generally will pick the team with the better player.
Yeah,
the best player out there is generally who I trust in. But the Pacers, man, especially with the way they ended the season, like Halliburton, he started off the season looking like one of the best point guards we've ever seen. But the way he's ended the season, it kind of disappointed me. And I think the Bucks have way too much to prove and way too much to lose. That Doc Rivers acquisition mid-year has looked absolutely horrific.
I don't know why you do that.
I don't get it either. We'll never really know the story, but
if you really believe that Doc Rivers is going to take them at the first round after looking so horrible throughout the regular season, then I give you props. But I'm still going to stick with the underdog. What's your call?
I'm going the Bucks in 6. The Bucks in 6. Yeah.
Hey man, respect. You're giving the Pacers 2 games. And to be honest with you, even if it's Bucks in 6, Pacers fans, Pacer Nation, you should be happy with that. You should be looking forward towards the future because you guys got a nice squad, man, going forward.
100%.
So let's go. Final game.
Yep.
Final series. Cavs Magic. I'll let you go, man.
Man, this is such a pick-em, but for me, again, I just look at experience and when I look at both teams, I look at who's the best player in that series. And to me, it's clearly Donovan Mitchell. I know the Cavaliers had a hiccup last year in the playoffs. You talk about young teams that, are going to take that next step. I think the Cavaliers is that team. There's massive amounts of pressure on them. Because the Donovan Mitchell saga, is he going to stay? Is he going to go? There's rumors he wants to go to New York. There's rumors this, that. They're not really sure what their future looks like. But one thing I will tell you is if they exit in the first round...
He's going to New York.
Well, I don't know where he'll go, but Donovan Mitchell will not be staying. They have to show progress to him. He's got to lead the way as well. He can't have a stinker of a series and then walk out. It just wouldn't look right.
Yeah, for sure.
But I think it's going to be tough. The Magic are a young, hungry, very defensively aggressive team. They have some absolute defensive studs in Jalen Suggs and Jonathan Isaac, who I'm so happy to see him finally put a healthy season together.
Yeah, for sure, man. Isaac, shout out, man.
Yeah, so shout out to the Magic. I am sad to say, though, that I think the Cleveland Cavaliers will close them out in 7.
You think it goes 7?
Yeah, I think it'll be the toughest, closest series in the first round. And I think Cleveland pulls it out in 7, Donovan Mitchell with a bit of heroics.
All right. Well, this is an interesting series for me, man, because obviously the Magic are up and coming, man. Hey, shout out Magic, man. I know the Magic fans have been suffering for a long time, man. I know the Magic have suffered for a long time. It's good to see them in the playoffs. It's good to see them have a good team and just look just good. Like, just to be able to compete and be in conversations and not always who's the Magic going to draft? Are they going to screw it up again? Are they going to do this and that? So I hope you guys have a good first playoffs. I don't know, man. In regards to picking who's going to win, I do think it's going to be a very intense series.
It will be. It will be very, very close.
I will pick the underdog again. I will go Magic in 6. I think the Cavaliers crumble. I don't think that they come together mentally and they have the team chemistry to be able to come out and fight that, all the drama that's been happening around this, all the saga about Donovan Mitchell leaving, staying, yada, yada, yada. I think the Magic beat them in 6. It'll be a shock, yada, yada, yada. And then Donovan Mitchell will leave.
Wow.
Yeah.
You heard it here first.
No more bad takes. So that's predictions for the East.
Mic check, Flow so smooth.